I blame Biden for the death of my son. The Biden administration is 100% at fault for why my son lost his life. And now I look at the way our country is going, and I think this is not what my son died for. He did not die to watch our country go down the path it's going.
Family members like Shanna Chappell are still living through the pain 3 years after the bombing in Abbey Gate killed 13 U.S. service members. Today, members of Congress and Gold Star families will head to Arlington National Cemetery to honor those fallen heroes.
Florida Congressman Michael Waltz will be there, and he joins us now. You know, Congressman, thanks for getting up with us, but I want your reaction to Kareem Nakui's mother that you heard just there. Those are very, very strong words for President Biden.
Well, the fact that Biden nor Vice President Harris have said these families' names out loud the last 4 years. Heck, the entire Democrat Party was at the DNC last week, and not a single one even said the word Afghanistan, which is just a slap in the face to everyone who served there, and a slap in the face to these families. So it is just unconscionable. And the thing that is so upsetting to them is not only has neither Harris nor Biden acknowledged them, won't meet with them, won't even take their calls or answer their questions, but they don't believe that they've learned the lessons and that the leadership has learned the lessons of what happened. They're still at this point saying this was an outstanding success. Meanwhile, you have al-Qaeda, you have ISIS, you have the Taliban hunting down our allies, and you have terrorism now that's back again and that's on the march. And they know, and I know, and all the veterans out there know that future American soldiers are going to have to go clean up this mess. And you contrast that with President Trump. He is going to be with those families today. He has spent time with them. I was with them up at Bedminster when he spent an entire evening with them, met with them individually. And the most important thing to them, he's promised them transparency. When he's back in the White House, he is going to release all the videos, all the tapes, answer all their questions, and give them the transparency and the closure that they deserve.
Congressman, you put your finger on something I think is important there when you were talking about lessons learned, because we don't know what sort of foreign policy approach a future President Harris would have. She has no policy page on her website, and she certainly hasn't spoken about it. But we do know her last words from the Situation Room when she was with Biden. We're not going to play that for you, but as you know, she said that she was the last person in the room. What do you make of that?
Oh, she kind of puffed up her chest and patted herself on the back. She was proud of it. She was proud to tell the world that, you know, her and Biden made this decision together in those final moments that led to this debacle that abandoned over 800 Americans, that left over 150,000 of our allies that stood and fought with us, that are being hunted down by the Taliban as we speak, and sent a signal to Putin, Xi, the Ayatollahs, and the world that America was in retreat. So, Griff, we do know her foreign policy. We've seen it the last 4 years. This isn't day one. This is year 4 of an appeasement first, find another concession to give the dictators and the bad guys and apologize for America, because at their core, the progressives believe that America is a country that is racist, misogynist, and colonialist, and therefore needs to apologize for around the world. President Trump knew that by demonstrating strength, by having the strongest military in the world, but that also having strength in the White House, that's how you keep the peace. That's how you establish deterrence. And just look at the Middle East under his watch. ISIS defeated, Iran broke, peace accords breaking out, and it made it crystal clear that we stood with Israel. There was no daylight between us and our greatest ally, and you certainly didn't see Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis on the march. In fact, you saw them in retreat. They were complaining that they were out of cash because Tehran was out of cash. President Trump knew that Iran was the core issue, and that's why you didn't see October 7th type attacks on Israel under President Trump's watch. And you also saw that even though he wanted out of Afghanistan, absolutely, but he was going to leave that air base at Bagram, the only air base in the world sandwiched between Iran, Russia, and only a few hundred miles from China. And totally different completely different global dynamic with President Trump to what we see now under Biden and Harris, and what we would see, God help us all, if we had 4 years of concessions first, appeasement first under Kamala Harris.
You know, I'm really glad you said that we've seen 4 years of this, because people keep saying, what's her policy? What's her policy? Well, we know what her policy is. She's been in office with Biden since 2020. So we know that this is happening. We know what's going on. Congressman Michael Waltz, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Congressman.
Thank you.